Hey there, just wanted to make a quick video of the Interstate Jacket in the rain. I'll be heading out this weekend to a seminar, and the Interstate Jacket kind of works well for that urban jacket that has capabilities of dealing with the elements. And right now is perfect to showcase that ability. Right now I'm being pelted by little pieces of hail, and you know, when you go away on a trip, you want to be, especially business related trips, you want to be presentable. But in my case, I always like to be also prepared for the elements. Also, if I decide to take a little trip to a hiking trail, see some views while out, you know, on the way to the seminar or before things start, like early in the morning hikes. So I think the Interstate does a great job at that, and hope you guys can see how crazy the pelting is, or you could hear it at least. Anyway, that's it for now. I'll be doing a tabletop and a full review of the Interstate Jacket along with this video. Hey there guys, wanted to show you guys the Arc'teryx Interstate Jacket, and this is from their 24 collection, which is meant more for urban wear. But this jacket is great because it has the features that will still allow you to do some outdoor activities and not worry about the elements. It's made of a 3-layer GORE C-KNIT fabric, which utilizes N70P face fabric and the GORE C-KNIT as a backer, which is more supple and softer than tricot and a bit lighter as well. It's a little more breathable, almost close to that of the Gore-Tex Active, but not as durable as Gore-Tex Pro. It has a watertight main zipper, watertight zippers on the pockets, so it has 2 bellowed hand warmer or hand pockets, and also a left-sided chest pocket. Very subtle on the logo and branding, just one printed logo that's slightly reflective on the left arm. Unlike the A2B hard shell, which is what I exchanged for this due to poor fit and just the lack of features that I was looking for, the Interstate has cuff adjustment right here with these metal button snaps. Also has a bit of adjustment at the hem, but this doesn't go all the way around. The cord starts right here, sort of under, just midway below the pocket, goes around just down to this part right here. So it doesn't go all the way around the back, just from here to this point right there. So it allows you for some adjustment, but it maintains a very urban friendly look. I took this with me this weekend for a business or work related trip, and the reason why I bought this is that, you know, I'm getting older now. I'm in my mid-30s, and I usually am at work and want to maintain a professional look. This works well with a dress shirt, you know, a nice cardigan over a suit, and I'll be showing you the fit later in this video. What I like about the idea of this piece is that you know, the name Interstate would kind of what do you call that, give you a clue of what this is meant to do, which is good for traveling. If you're the type of person that likes to travel and go places, you can carry just this one hard shell and you can wear it to a work-related conference, not look out of place while you're going around town or going to meetings, and yet you can take a little side trip, do a little skiing with this, and not even worry about the elements. Now, this jacket wasn't designed for mountaineering, but the material should be able to handle some sort of abrasion, because this is made of the exact same fabric that they use in their Zeta AR line, which is N70P with a C-knit backer. Now, I've never seen that jacket in person, or I may have, but never really checked it out. They used to carry those in REI. The great thing about this as well is that it has a hidden compartment for the stowable hood. This zipper goes all the way in there and you wouldn't even be able to see it. Zippers are very nice, and so far I haven't had any issues with the zipper. And once you open this all the way, you have a hood that's made of the exact same material. So the A2B also has a stowable hood, but it's made of a Packability material. And I can show you guys that since my wife did decide to keep her A2B hard shell. They don't make an Interstate for women's, as far as I know. So this is also Gore-Tex C-knit fabric. As you can see, it's fully seam taped. You've got a nice brim here, which I'll show you guys more of later when I fit this jacket. Got a nice draw cord adjustment here on the back for the crown, and one on the bottom to get the brim off of your face so you have better vision. So the materials used are very premium, and the jacket has a very nice clean look to it. And I'll be showing you the jacket later. So here is my wife's Arc'teryx A2B jacket for women, and the A2B is also great and has a different type of cuff design, because it was made or designed for the bike commuter. And you've got highly reflective foldable sleeves, so these fold out of the way, and when you're ready to use your bike, I mean, that's very bright, of course. And then the men's are very similar in design to the women's. Has this type of hood fabric, which is a ripstop nylon on the outside, and you've got Packability on the inside. Uses the 3-layer tricot construction, also fully seam taped. The hand pockets are also feature the watertight zippers. Has a very similar hood design. It's got that draw cord on the bottom to raise the hood, and also right here behind the head so you can cinch it around your crown. Has a similar brim as well. The A2B was designed for the bike commuter, so it actually has a large watertight back pocket, and it features, I forgot the name for this, the watertight zipper that's rounded and doesn't need a zipper garage. That's featured in all their new pieces. So you've got a nice pocket in the back. You put your stuff in there while you're riding your bike. And one thing I did find with the A2B is that it wasn't as breathable as the Interstate, since it's made of the tricot fabric. And for a high exertion activity such as cycling, I wasn't so sure that it would be as useful. Now, I didn't have my A2B for that long, and I did exchange it for the Interstate more for the poor fit. I also just like the feature set of the Interstate a little bit better. But these jackets are very similar in design. The new A2B hard shells that are featured on Arc'teryx's website no longer seem to feature the hood. So the hooded versions have been discontinued, and I don't quite understand why. So going back to the Interstate, I'll be showing you guys how the jacket looks over different garments when I put it on later, and just talking about how it should or would handle most of your travel plans, in my opinion. Now, the jacket was not really designed more for packability in a sense of backpacking, but it is quite packable. The material, again, is very supple in comparison to other types of Gore-Tex. It folds away into its hood and weighs in at 15.1 ounces. Let me do that again. So 15.1 ounces for a size large, which is heavier than what I'd like to carry for backpacking, but works well for pretty much everyday use and urban wear. So I've got the Arc'teryx Interstate Jacket over the A2B t-shirt, which I'll be reviewing soon. The zippers are very good, and I haven't had them snag yet. The collar comes up high, and you've got that cuff adjustment. The sleeves are long enough for active use. The articulation is really good, just like any Arc'teryx piece. I wanted to show you guys something that is an issue for most people with the hood, is that once you've stowed it, it does leave the hood a little bit stiff. So my proposal for that would be to change the material inside or on the hood, which would be to make it at a lesser denier fabric. So for instance, this face fabric is 70 denier. Perhaps you can make that out of a 30 denier fabric, or even the 40 denier fabric, which they use for the other jackets like the Zeta LT, Beta LT, and Alpha FL. So the jacket fits well even with just a shirt on. And I'll be showing you guys how it fits over other articles of clothing and different layering pieces, both from Arc'teryx and just regular urban clothing. So here is the Interstate Jacket over the Arc'teryx Nuclei SL, and I think this works very well for most people in an urban setting. Both jackets look good in an urban setting, and both have feature sets that work well for outdoor adventures as well. I like the Nuclei SL with this jacket because it has a collar that fits very well with the collar of the Interstate Jacket. And even with the hood stowed, which you can actually stow without taking the jacket off, just roll it up and put it under. And that works great because when it rains and you didn't have your hood out, you can easily just take it out as well. So it rolls in there, and you can actually zip this up if you want to. So now the hood is out of the way. And you have a pretty casual piece. What I like about the Arc'teryx Interstate Jacket as well is it looks very close to the design that they have for the Valence line, and yet it costs half as much of those, half of the price of those jackets. It's a very high-end look and feel, and you still have that great Arc'teryx design without having to spend the bucks that you would spend on a Valence jacket. So here is the Interstate Jacket with the hood stowed in the collar. It's fully zipped. It comes up to your chin, which would be great in windy conditions. Sleeves are long enough for skiing if you used it for that purpose. Comes up to halfway down your hand. So I have it on over a suit and dress shirt right now, and so it looks just like your everyday rain jacket, and looks, to me at least, quite professional. Let me take that off and show that to you just over a regular dress shirt. And it works quite well for that as well. So we've reached the end of our review, and I just checked my REI purchase history. I've owned this jacket since December 2015, so a little over 2 years, and I believe that that's a sufficient amount of time to judge its performance, quality, and overall design. I'm definitely impressed by its design, as it's very reminiscent of Arc'teryx's Valence line at just half the price. The materials used are identical with the Zeta AR jacket, part of their Traverse line, so we know that it can perform well in the backcountry for trekking and even some mountaineering use. The articulation is great, and the feature set will work well in the mountains for short adventures. The waterproof zipper, the high collar, the hood design, and though not as good as their Velcro adjusters, the cuff adjustment will more than suffice for short adventures in the backcountry. So the one thing that I would suggest to Arc'teryx is exploring a lighter version of this jacket, which I'd like to call the Arc'teryx Interstate SL jacket, which would par down the hood to possibly a 20 denier fabric used in the Norvan Gore-Tex running jacket, and possibly the 40 denier face fabric used in the Zeta LT jacket. We may be able to see a jacket in the future from Arc'teryx with a very similar design or silhouette with just pared down features that would weigh in at around 10 to 11 ounces, and I believe that that jacket will fit the needs of a lot of people today who travel a lot for conferences, business trips, and just want that one piece that they have. So if you'd like to listen to that rant, I will include a 3-minute rant on my proposal to Arc'teryx for a lighter version of the Interstate jacket. Thank you very much for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. And if you actually had another stuff sack, let's say from another down jacket, you can actually roll it up even tighter and compact it a little bit more, as you can see right here. So it will do well for traveling, and I think there are some things that can be done to make this jacket even lighter, or make a newer version of the jacket that would be lighter. So I'm proposing that Arc'teryx make another jacket on the Interstate line, and we should call it the Interstate SL. And one of the biggest things that I would propose for that, integrating the similar technology from the A to B line, would be to add a little bit of reflective in the back of the hood, just up here, like maybe 1 or 2 strips on the back, so that a cyclist would also have that, and possibly a piece maybe even on the front of the hood. This sleeve design or cuff design can also be included and still maintain buttons on the side, and I think it's easily doable, but that's another story, and I don't want to dwell on that too much. I did propose that to Arc'teryx on my review of the piece on their website, and hopefully somebody will take a look at that. This piece can easily be redesigned to a lighter version, employing N40P, which is what they featured on the A to B line, which is also what's used for the Zeta LT, which features the C-knit backer. They could also do away with this left hand or left chest pocket and just incorporate the laminated pocket or internal pocket that they have on the Beta LT and other mountaineering lines. So a couple of things that can be done if they ever decide to make a lighter version of the Interstate, and that piece could easily be on around 12, 10 to 12 ounces. And if they ever do make that piece, I will buy that thing right away.